Welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions, doing my full-on review of the Mini Trangia. Now I'm doing reviews on 3 different sizes of Trangias, and I'm also doing a new batch of videos called Trangia Dinners, where I do normal dinners like chili con carne, chicken curry, Thai chicken curry, fish omelette, and all different things with Trangia stove. So I'm going to be using the 25, the 27 and the Mini, but I thought before I just start doing the actual food videos, I'm going to be cooking like proper dinners, home dinners. I'm going to do a review on each of the stoves. In the Mini Trangia stove, you get, I think it's about 20 or 30 quid, it's not particularly expensive, and we're not going to be cooking massive dinners for people. I think what I've got today is going to be challenging enough. And you know, it is what it is. It's very small, it's very compact, but you get everything in it. Really useful. So I'm just going to take it apart. Obviously you've got your frying pan with your little protective thing. Now try and keep that as best you can. If you do lose that, a bit of tissue paper suffices. You get your tongs for picking up your pans. So pick up your frying pan and your normal pan, and that's nice and solid. It's not going to fall off, you're not going to drop it or anything like that. So that's that. You get your burner holder, and it's almost like a windshield, very small but slightly, and then obviously you get your Trangia burner. So today I'm not going to use the little pot, and obviously if you've got your pot on there you can use your frying pan as a lid and stuff, and vice versa, but today I'm just going to cook with the little frying pan. So I'm going to do this real time, and I did it in the last video, and it's a nightmare because I was waiting for water to boil, and it's like, what do I do while water's boiled? So I fried an egg. It's like, I don't know what to do. So, but this one should move a little bit quicker. Now, if you've seen my other video, it's absolutely freezing cold at the moment. That's just simmering. I might use that today, I don't know. We'll have it set to high simmer. When meths is cold, it's really hard to light, and I did show a little tip, and basically what you need is a little bit of, it's just a bit of screwed up tissue paper, that's all that is. And I'm going to light it this method because I'm going to actually put a bit more cold, so I'm going to put, this is absolutely freezing cold meths, or e-fuel, biofuel, bioethanol, whatever it is. It's the cleaner version of meths, basically. If you are using meths in these burners, put about 10% water in, and it stops some of the soot appearing on the bottom of your pans and that. This, you don't really get the soot so much. So we've got some freezing cold. Now that would be a nightmare to light with a lighter, but all you do is you poke in your bit of tissue, and you just makes this so much easier. You just light your bit of tissue. Been on the floor and got wet. So that once you've lit the tissue, just leave it, and what will happen, I'm just going to pop that in there in the holder like that. So that's now in the holder, and that will light, and it's already lit. So I'm just going to take the, don't try this at home, I'm just going to take that out because I don't want the bit of tissue getting in there. So that's now lit, no problem at all. Now if you was trying to light that with a lighter, we'd be here all day. You'd have to sort of tip it up a little bit and warm it up, or somehow warm this up. I mean, Trangia themselves do a warmer thing, but to me a screwed up bit of tissue, job's a good one. So there we go, we've got our burner lit, we've got our simmering ready, which you just pop on, just about fits on there. If we need to slow things down a little bit, but I don't think we will, given the temperature. And what we've got today for dinner, a massive dinner, is a piece of bacon, an egg, and a tomato. And we're going to see how we go getting it all in the pan and that. I've got a little bit of oil, which I'm going to put. It's a non-stick pan, this one. So you don't really need the oil, but I like a little bit of oil in there just for a bit of sizzle and such. So what we'll do is we'll put the pan on and get going. Just put a little bit of oil in, not loads, just a small amount. And the first thing I'm going to put in is the tomato, because essentially all we're doing to that is heating it up. It's just like a, you know, like a grilled tomato kind of thing. So we're just going to cut that in half, I haven't got much space in the pan, so what I'm going to do is start off. I might just have half that tomato. Actually, no, we'll put them both in and see how we go. Just get that pip out. Boom. Bit of coffee. Oh, so cold. Now, apologies if this gets boring. I really want to do this real time, so I know it might take long, but you can speed up and scroll along. I might even speed up the footage myself. In fact, I probably will. But what I want you to be able to see is, how long does this realistically take, to cook up a bit of food? How long does it take to get hot? Now, you won't be able to see it here, but I can see that this oil in here is already starting to sizzle. So we've already got a nice bit of heat there. Yeah, that's cracking away. So I've got a nice bit of bacon here. I'll cut that in more manageable size, so I can get it nicely in the pan. So I'm going to get that in the pan there. Not sure at the moment where my egg's going to go, but when you're cooking on a tiny little stove like this, you have to make some sacrifices sometimes, and what we'll probably do is probably take the tomato out. Obviously the bacon will shrink down, but we'll take the tomato out, put it on our little plate, and it'll stay. No, I was going to say it'll keep warm. It won't keep warm. It will go instantly cold. But hey ho, whatever. So I did have a spoon and a fork, and these are Jetboil, and they sort of fold. They fold up like that, but the dog ate the other two today, so they're gone. So all I'm left with is me half-chewed spatula and a little plastic spoon I've got as well. So things are sizzling away nicely now already. It's got that, that camping smell when you've turned up at a camping site and someone else is cooking, or in the morning when everyone starts cooking their bacon breakfasts. It's got that lovely smell. So I'm just going to show you the flame. I don't know if you can see that's going, I wouldn't say a treat, but it's going okay. It's venting through the holes on the side now, so we are getting a real good heat on that now. So this won't take long at all to cook up. So the tomatoes I'm not too worried about. We're just getting a bit of, we might get a bit of colour on them, dog hair and all sorts of it. But we're out in the wilderness. We're going to get creepy crawlies and bugs in here. It's all good. It's all fine. Obviously this is non-stick, so we want to be using these kind of plasticky things, no metal implements on here, because I have had a non-stick Trangia before, and after a while it did take a bit of abuse when I'd forgotten and used a metal fork on it or something and scratched it. And once you start picking up that bits of non-stick, they do become a bit of a nightmare. In some ways I prefer the aluminium ones, because then you don't have to worry about it, and anything that gets stuck to it you can give them a good scrubbing. But so if you've got the non-stick, make sure you use the right utensils, don't go sticking metal things in here. So this is going an absolute treat now, so I'm just going to turn the bacon over. Starting to get a bit of colour. Bacon fat. Starting to get a bit of colour on the bacon already. I like my bacon sort of a little bit crispy on the edges, but not too well done. So we're going to leave that in there for a bit longer. I mean, if you was desperate and you wanted to eat this, that bacon is, to all intents and purposes, cooked now. You could actually start eating that, or you could start frying your egg in there. I mean, there's no way you could cook for two people on here unless you. I don't know how you could. I suppose you could fill that up, the little pot up, and call it a meal for two people, I suppose. But wouldn't do me and another person, that's for sure. The burn time on these is all I would say is it's adequate. All I do is whenever I start cooking, I fill it up, and then there's usually some left. I mean, if I'm cooking a full-on curry from scratch, and I'm talking, frying the onions for ages and all that, and then adding all your spices and doing a curry, it will use up the whole of the burner. But usually there's some left in the burner. So I'm just going to flip this bacon once more, and that's properly done now on that side. And I'm going to, the tomatoes are starting to get a little bit of colour, so really all you're doing with the tomatoes is warming them through. And at some point I'm just going to pop them onto the plate and then go for the egg in there. Because the egg, that will take, 30 seconds to cook. So let's just whip, whip the tomatoes out. So they're there. Actually, I'm going to flip the bacon out as well because that's done. And then we're going to go in with the egg. Oh, an egg cooked in bacon fat. What could be better? You have to be careful with this one because it is easy to knock off the thing. Whereas the bigger Trangias, they are held in with the little clips, which is something that you sort of, whereas this, you could easily knock that onto the floor, which you don't want to do. Now what I'm going to do is, to keep this warm, I'm just going to put my plate on top. That'll keep my plate warm, and it will also cook the top of the egg a little bit quicker. Nice. Just going to go for a little bit more sort of that, and we're going to use a bit of tissue paper just to soak up a bit of the oil. Try not to knock the whole lot off. Right, the plate's hot now, so our egg's done on that side, so we're going to flip the egg. We're going to use that to make sure. I don't like snotty eggs, so we're going to flip that over. Like that. Look at that flame now. Whoa. Going an absolute treat. Just leave that for a few seconds. So I'm just going to take this off now. That's going to finish cooking. To turn these off, you just close the simmering and then just go plop, and that's out, and just leave that for a minute, and then you'll be able to take that off and put the lid on. So this egg is going to be done now, so I'm going to plop that on there. Put that back on there. So there you go. How about that? A miniature bacon, egg and tomato meal. And I've got no cutlery or nothing, so I've got a spoon and a slightly overkill knife. So I'm going to go for a bit of bacon, like that. Egg is absolutely perfect. I've got to dip that in there. Oh, look at that. This would have been a lot easier if the dogs hadn't eaten my cutlery. Even the tomatoes okay. Get that in the egg. Oh, lovely. Getting carried away. Excuse me. So, all in all, it does what it says on the tin. It works. It's easy. It's functional. A little wipe out with the tissue. Pop that in there, that on the top, and you're packed up, ready to go. You know, it's nice and easy. That's cool enough now to actually put the lid on, like that. I don't worry about taking the meths out. I just leave it like that, and that's all ready to pack up now. Brilliant. So anyway, keep a lookout for the dinners, and you'll see me cooking much more elaborate food than this, and I will have some more cutlery available as well, hopefully by then. But anyway, for now, this is in GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye. Oh, lovely. Get that in there. Oh, a bit of egg.